the grudge match the entire world has been waiting 3 years for. Finally, Jerome Lebena and Cyril Abidi will get it on in centre ring. The voice Michael Chavello, Lightning Mike Angove, and what an ovation for the battling cyborg from Paris, Jerome Lebena. And Esto Hoost ringside on the Japanese commentary team for this one. And the final stare down between these two arch rivals. And when I say arch rivals, I mean Lex Luthor and Superman. I mean, these guys genuinely hate each other, Mike. Not love lost, they hate each other.
Well, you're not wrong there. Cyril Abidi backs down from no one. And Jerome Lebena has criticised him publicly on a number of occasions. It originally began when Lebena criticised Abidi for quitting a fight. And Abidi took offence to that. It was actually in a K1 Paris, and there was a bit of a shoving match in centre ring after one of Abidi's fights.
And the time for talk is over. Here we go, round one. Jab from Abidi against the southpaw who drops him with a jab. Lebena opens up strongly. That right hand jab of his serves him well in all of his fights. Jab, rear hand from Lebena. Outside thigh kick from the battling cyborg.
Be interesting to see how Lebena's left arm works in this fight.
Oh, rib kick, jab, and down goes Abidi. Referee not counting it. Abidi straight back to his feet. The Neanderthal man from Marseille, and he gets dropped again with the right hand.
Well, Lebena starting off on fire.
Jerome Lebena's come out all guns blazing. Abidi tries for a sweeping leg kick, but takes a slip in the red corner.
Well, Abidi motioned that he might have been touched in the groin, but Jerome Lebena just too powerful. Just bollocking Abidi all over the place.
The human refrigerator, Jerome Lebena, edges forward again. A round kick to the right rib cage. And already this is everything we thought it would be and a whole lot more. He touches up Abidi again. Abidi backed against the ropes. Will Lebena unload on him? Will he go for the big bok choy off the right hand? Slams a round kick in the left rib cage.
Good options by Lebena. He's really working well. He noticed when Abidi had dropped his left hand through the head kick high.
Outside thigh kick to the lead leg of Abidi.
Good work from Lebena. He really isn't getting caught into a brawl. He isn't letting his emotion get the better of him, and he's just picking apart Abidi.
Every time Lebena lands, this capacity crowd oohs and ahs. High right round kick from Abidi and a right hand from Lebena. Abidi will be doing a quick count of his teeth after that one.
Well, quick count of his brain cells as well. He's really been rattled in there.
He only really has about 3. It's not the brightest spark of all. High right round kick from Abidi.
Harsh call from Mike Chavello there, but Abidi looks like this often in his fights. He can look completely out and come back with something awkward and unorthodox, and that's the one that Lebena has to be aware of because he does have a glass chin.
Well, Abidi, who used to be something of a phenom early in his career with 8 straight wins in K1, including wins over Peter Ertz, Francisco Filio and Ray Sefor, but he hasn't found that form since, and it's been a long time coming for L'Enfant Terrible from Marseille.
Lebena just being clinical, jumping up body shot with the left hand to the and again upstairs to the head earlier on, really picking his shots. The hands are a lot higher than we've seen them in the past. He's on fire for this one. This one means something personal, and he threw everything, including the kitchen sink, and probably the trailer as well, into that right hook.
Going for the big right hand again into the first round. Lock it away to Jerome Lebena, who does boast one of the highest KO ratios in K1, with 37 of his 47 wins coming by KO. That's a 79% KO ratio in the K1 career of Jerome Lebena. The only man higher is our own Ray Sefor, who has an 82% KO ratio.
Great stats there from Chavello. Been doing his homework with the calculator, but notice Lebena in the corner wasn't even breathing. He really hasn't been pressured in this fight. And there, just dropped by a glancing right hand, really off balance from throwing the kick inside. But the power of Lebena clearly evident as Abidi is whipped into the corner. And a counter right jab, if you like. Rocking Abidi back there as we head into round 2.
Both men coming off mixed martial arts fights last time out. A KO win over Akiyama in March for Labana. And a loss against Bobby Olagon on New Year's Eve for Cyril Abidi. They open up with the kicks here in the second round. Good leg check from Labana, then the rear hand ploughing through the guard. High right round kick from Cyril Abidi. Oh, he goes down from a tagging right. Abidi finds the canvas.
Was that the right hand, or did he just throw a little short left hand in there, which Abidi dropped into? Either way, he's on his backside.
Abidi claiming he slipped, and he splashed to the canvas like a Ken Doan painting, but he's back to his feet. Outside thigh kick.
Abidi's right hand just dropping a little low. Remember, he's fighting a southpaw whose power hand is the left hand. Not quite sure what's going on here.
The doctor's going to check out Jerome Labana, I believe, not Abidi.
Well, this is probably fortunate for Abidi.
Oh, there's a
nasty cut.
A cut over the right eyebrow to the bridge of the busted-up nose of Jerome Labana, and that's not a good place to have a cut. The blood can run down into the tear duct in the corner of the eye of Jerome Labana.
I think at least it's a vertical cut rather than a cut along the eye, so the bloodstream isn't quite as prominent, but the cut man will certainly have to go to work, and that's something Abidi should really be concentrating on. That's his opening in the fight. That's his opportunity. Labana, on the other side of the coin, really needs to put Abidi away. Doesn't want to give him an opportunity to stop this fight in the cut stoppage.
That's what I believe Abidi needs to do, is go after that left arm of Jerome Labana, the one he had the operation on, the one that now looks like Popeye's arm, and try and re-break it with those round kicks, because Abidi does have a deceptively hard rear leg round kick on him.
He's really been pushed all over the place. Good tactics by Labana, using his weight, dropping his knees and pushing him off with the forearms. Labana keeping the hands high.
Clash of heads there as Labana moved in. The tagging right hand, the big tough thumper, and this place comes alive. We've got a good old-fashioned brouhaha in Paris. Tagging right hand again from Labana, swinging wildly in the blue corner.
Labana going under shots here, picking his shots more cleanly. Abidi rocked again by a left hand, left rib kick. Abidi firing back, just fighting on pure instinct at this point. Wild, the enfant terrible from France, getting a lesson, and the body shots really brought home from Labana with the left hand, and a slapping right body shot as well.
Cyril Abidi taking more hits than a pinata, but somehow he's still standing. Labana continually coming forward. He's got to watch the head contact though. Labana takes a couple of left hands to the jaw. Oh, smack bang to the snoggin!
That was a deliberate headbutt. I saw him throw a deliberate headbutt on the inside of Abidi. A little short headbutt. He really has to watch that. The referee hasn't picked it up. That's a sign of desperation from the Frenchman in the blue shorts.
They go in a toe-to-toe. Labana will not relent. He won't take a backward step. Continues to fire out the left and right.
Just stalking down Abidi, whopping him down, outpowering him, out-techniquing him.
The human refrigerator takes a couple of shots to the jaw. He's got some swelling over his right eye now. Jerome Labana.
That's a nasty swelling over the eye. It brings back memories of Hasim Rahman.
Well, it looks like aliens have invaded the forehead of Jerome Labana. He edges forward again.
The doctor will probably have a look at that at the end of this fight, because it is certainly not a good look.
Cyril Abidi's got nothing left, and there's the bell. It is total and complete ownage by Jerome Labana. And have a look at the massive hematoma that has developed over his right eye.
I suspect that may well have come from the headbutt. Abidi threw a couple of them in there. One of them, I'm sure, deliberate. Labana just reminds me in this fight a little bit of his fights with Mark Hunt. To a certain extent, he is getting drawn into a brawl, and we've seen him get punished for that in the past because of his glassy chin. He just needs to pick his shots a little better and not give Abidi any opening to take this fight.
Well, what a grudge match we are seeing. A massive hematoma over the right eye of Labana.
And Abidi throwing their kicks up high. That right hand, pile driver right hand that Labana throws. Oh, there it goes again. Beautiful shot, but we also saw the head clash in there.
Well, when Abidi is lining up for his wild swinging left hook, he is leading with the head, and it is the side of his head that is connected to the massive bump, the hematoma, on the right eye of Jerome Labana.
Well, as if he didn't have enough problems with the cut, he now has a small tennis ball on his forehead.
He now looks like a snapper. Here we go. And can Abidi expose it a little more? What has Abidi got here? Because Labana has been spot on the money thus far.
Well, Labana really has picked his shots well. He's gone high, he's gone low. Nice little probing front kick there from Labana.
A more tentative start to this round. Both men trade round kicks. Abidi drew the short straw.
Labana's hands are held higher than I've seen him hold them before.
Two right-hand shots smack bang up the centre corridor from Abidi, and Labana took both. Double jab from the battling cyborg. Backs Abidi against the ropes and a snappy rear hand to the jaw. Digs away to the bread basket.
Good to see Labana using his left hand. He may still have a little bit of psychosomatic hesitation, if you like. He might still be worried about it after that horrible break that Ernesto Hoost inflicted on him.
Okay. Well, Cyril Abidi may be astral travelling after that one. Labana comes out of the neutral corner. Oh, Mikey, I'm going to go into cardiac arrest on this one.
Well, take your pills, mate. Just wait and see. Abidi's been in this situation before. He looks half gone.
The big thumping left again. Outside fighting from Labana.
He's just so relaxed when he's hit. He just knows he's going to get hit, and he just seems to come back, although he's clipped again with the right hand. Turned his back on Labana. Right hook as well.
Here's landing his jaw more exposed than Janet Jackson's left nipple. And here comes Labana again. Inside thigh kick.
That was a wardrobe malfunction.
Outside thigh kick from Abidi. Straight left hand from Labana.
Like to see Labana just throw the right hook after that left hand. He'll catch Abidi because he's dropping his left hand considerably.
Wild hook from Abidi came nowhere near the target. Labana works the body. Abidi is tired. He is weary. He turns his back momentarily. He has no answers for Labana. The big shot again!
Needs to keep right on, and the referee needs to take a close look as well.
Overhand right from Labana. Abidi has heard it's only a matter of time before he finds the canvas again.
He's really used his right hook well in this fight. Normally a left-hand dominant fighter, but the right hook, perhaps the injury has uncovered another weapon for Labana.
Jerome Labana edges forward, the big brooding man from Paris. And the referee separates them. There's the end of the round, and it is completely in favour of Labana.
Well, I don't think Abidi really knows which planet he's on. He really was hurt and struck by a number of big shots. And those are the types of shots that we've seen Labana knock out a lot of other fighters in K1 over the last 7 or 8 years. And back to the replay. Right hook dropping Abidi, smoking him. Again, the right hand puts to good use. Catching him on the way in.
And folks, when we come back, we'll conclude this epic grudge.